I've seen some stuff online as well for like the gambling and playing poker, bruv. So you playing poker with Neymar and Dan Bilzerian, bruv. That's dope. Yeah. How was that?
Poker is one of my passions outside of the sport of boxing. It's something that I'm working to get better at, but I've got myself into a position where I can play in these crazy games for a lot of money, and it's one of the only things actually, and this is why I think I'm kind of so drawn to it, that gives me the adrenaline rush that I get from having a fight. Nothing else
playing
in my
poker,
life.
You get the same adrenaline rush from playing poker.
You're sitting there with 100K in front of you, you go all in.
So say that, you got to rewind, 100K, bruv.
Yeah, these are big games.
Real money, like not like pretend. The chips is real money.
Real money.
So
real money.
how much is the most you've won and lost on there? Like, let's be real. Don't source it up like you're just winning. Like, how much have you won and how much have you also lost?
And as a poker player, you win and lose. You can never win everything all the time. But the discipline of being a good poker player is to take your losses like a man and don't let it affect you emotionally, which is actually a skill that I learned from boxing. When things don't go your way, when things don't go to plan, you build yourself back up. You take it like a man and you keep going. You don't let it mess with your mind. You know, I've had some bad situations where I've lost hundreds of thousands of pounds in poker, but I know that if I keep playing correctly, eventually I'll win. And I've been on the winning side. I've won hundreds of thousands too. So it's about what are your results at the end of the year, not about any one night.
Would you say that losing money in poker is potentially worse than losing a fight? Is the feeling similar?
No, because in poker, you can lose a sum of money, but you can win it back in a second, or you can lose more. But you have the opportunity to keep winning it back. In boxing, if you lose a fight, that's it, the fight's done. So it's one of them things where, the adrenaline of those ups and downs is the only thing that really comes close to me in a fight situation. No other aspect of my life do I get that heart pump, where you got a lot of money on the table and you're all in, you're waiting for something to happen. That little heart pump there, that's addictive.
I noticed you're very intelligent, bruv. You skirted around the loss, bruv, like how much you lost. I know you didn't want to say that. You bamboozled me, bruv. You didn't want to say it. But is it a lot when you say hundreds of thousands? Is that for real? You're being for real?
Absolutely. But on this, like I said, on the same side, I've won those types of money as well in one night. So it's about what is your results at the end of the year. Yes, I've been in bad situations where I've lost a lot, but I've been in more situations where I've won. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Do you know some men that have lost and like they've...
Oh, bro, that's another thing. When it comes to poker, you have to play with money that you can afford to lose. That's where so many guys go wrong. They're playing with money that if they lose, how am I paying the bills next month?
Gotta sell yourself, bruv. You get me on Brookston High Street.
That's what I'm saying. You can't put yourselves in a situation. So money management is a huge part of not just poker, but life. Boxing, money management in boxing is so important, and so many fighters F it up. There's so many guys who won world titles and won big fights, and they don't have anything at the end of their careers. And they end up in gyms like this or training guys for nothing. Those type of guys, they make the money, but they go to Vegas, they go to these places and they just blow it all. And then it's like, oh, well, now I've got to get it back. Now I've got to go into these fights when I'm 40 years old and 50 years old and try and make money. You don't want to be in them positions, man. Money management is a massive, massive part of the sport and is not taught nobody talks about it. I talk about it.
I've seen you also playing with a high roller, bruv, a legend in the poker thing, Dan Bilzerian, bruv. What's it like playing poker with him? Because he's a legend in the thing.
See, this is another reason why I like to play, is the contacts you make. I'm sitting down at tables with Dan Bilzerian, Neymar, Bruno Mars, Ryan Garcia, Jimmy Butler, all these people that you meet and you spend serious amounts of time with. You're there for hours at a time that you would never really meet in any other walk of life, and you end up becoming friends. They become contacts and associates and people that you see on a regular basis. That is another huge part of poker, is the connections that you can make. Me and Dan have been friends for a long time. Great guy, very misunderstood. Obviously he's known for being a playboy, but when you're with him, just chilling as boys, he's actually a very cool, calm, humble human being. So we get along. Kind of like myself. When I'm misunderstood, I think too. People see me, they see the car and the house and the and the talking trash sometimes in interviews and the fights, but that's one side of me. That's what I have to be when I'm in that zone, to go in there and fight another man in front of 20,000 people in an arena, in front of millions of people around the world. You can't be the same guy that you are when you wake up in the morning on a Sunday when you're just chilling.
Have you ever been around him and felt a bit broke? Because I know he's super balling, bruv. Has there ever been a time when you thought, yo, bruv, chill out, man, you're moving mad?
You know what? That's another reason what attracts me to Las Vegas, is that I'm around people that have so much more money than me. They're so much more financially free, and that you learn from that. You see the things you're doing, you see the business moves they're making, and the way they deal with people, and it kind of pulls you up. That's kind of why I moved away from Brighton, because in Brighton I was the big fish.
I feel like you was cleaning up in Brighton, bruv. I feel like you would just go on the weekend, bruv, clapping all the gal up in there, bruv. Man, them is probably just hating on you out there, bruv. So you had to leave. Am I right?
Brighton, I've got big city syndrome. I don't like being in places where I can't elevate. You want people that can bring you up. I didn't want to be the biggest guy in the pond. I wanted to be a small fish in the pond so I can become bigger.
I feel like you are probably the biggest name from Brighton, bruv. After you, it's just RD, bruv. And no disrespect, I feel like you would be cleaning up over, man. You get me?
RD's doing his thing,
So,
but yeah, we're both representing Brighton for sure.
Big man thing.